Knowing how to properly direct and produce is one of the most important aspects for any filmmaker to learn if you're wanting to be hired for creating commercials.
And 3, 2, 1, action.
I feel YouTube is a great place for teaching everyone on how to light and shoot a commercial, but not on how to produce and direct them. Through many years of filmmaking and a lot of trial and errors, I've compiled a list of what has worked best for me. Today, I'll walk you through directing and producing this commercial.
Ever wonder how the way you start your day can make all the difference? Tired of waking up struggling with congestion? Without NeilMed sinus rinse, you are likely to battle with nasal congestion, impacting energy levels and overall well-being. The choice is clear. A great morning starts with NeilMed sinus rinse. Now I can't imagine starting my day without it. All natural sinus relief.
Typically, when directing and producing a commercial, you'll have two types of clients. One, a client that comes to you with a set budget that they want to work within, and two, a client that is open to the budget but already has a concept in mind. With both of these scenarios, it is your job to calculate and work out the budget. With client number one, you'll have to take their allocated budget and scale the production to accommodate that set amount. For the second client, you'll have to take that concept and research what the cost of that concept will be to execute. After calculating the estimated budget, you'll deliver this to the client to move forward. The way I come with these prices is actually pretty easy, and I use an Excel sheet to figure it all out on how much the commercial will cost for you to produce. I always start with my cost as a director and producer for the project. This varies for every creative, but you really should be asking yourself, with the amount of work you'll be doing on this project, what are you willing to be paid for that? I also take on the role of the editor, the gear rental, location scout, talent scout, wardrobe, and props department. As a producer, you'll always wear many hats on the set, especially with lower budget commercials, but it's up to you on how many roles you're willing or capable to take on without sacrificing the quality of the production. Essentially, the more experts you hire at specific roles, the higher the quality of the production will be, but inversely, you'll be paying more for those roles, raising the overall budget costs. I always communicate with my clients on their expectations and priorities, what is most important to them. The quality of the project, or sticking within the budget. Who you'll need to hire on your team is different for everyone, and it also depends on your level of skills. But try not to wear too many hats because you'll burn yourself out and affect the quality of the final product. Hire dedicated professionals for those sections when needed. You may be used to working alone as an up-and-coming filmmaker, but as your commercials begin to scale, so does the need for a larger and specialized team. My starting production sheet looks like this. Myself as the director and producer, a DP, a gaffer, a grip, and a PA. If the budget is higher, then I'll add on a first AC and a makeup artist onto my sets. Then the next costs are going to be your actor, your location cost, camera and light rentals, production insurance, food and crafty for your crew for the day, set design, and lastly, any miscellaneous expenses that may occur. It's easy to figure out all the standard rates within a quick Google search, or before hiring your crew, asking their day rate. Be sure to hire people you enjoy working with and that have a good attitude. Sets can be very stressful, and hiring someone with a bad attitude is like a plague that can easily affect everyone on set and the overall final result. You need people that work hard, go with the flow, and can stay calm under pressure. From there, your locations can range from free, but on average around $1,000 to $3,500 a day. A great place to find locations for filming is Gigster or Peerspace. Camera and light rentals are free if you have the gear, but say your client wants a higher quality look, you can rent a cinema camera and specific lenses from ShareGrid and a production house. These can range from $500 a day to a few $1,000s a day. Production insurance is a must and something you should always have on set. Gigster and ShareGrid have production insurance packages and as add-ons when you use their site. You can also use a company like Wrapbook. Depending on the shoot, it's typically around $1,500 for insurance. You're also required to get food for your team when on production days. This includes breakfast and lunch and a snack table. For the size of crew and actors that I was working with, you're looking around $400 when all said and done. Your main responsibilities as a producer and director are planning and being prepared for the production, making sure your vision is executed and runs smoothly on the production day. But this all starts with pre-production. Pre-production is essentially coming up with a game plan and strategy for your commercial. The more planning you do, the smoother the process will be when it's game day. It's now time to plan the creative aspects of the job. You'll always want to create a storyboard because this will clearly illustrate to you, your client, and your team what the vision of the commercial is. Here's the storyboard I created using Canva. I start with the landing page, then explain the concept, then the look and style of the commercial, and lastly, the storyboard. I like to use GIFs when possible so that my client can understand exactly what the shot will look like. From there, you'll want your client to sign off on the storyboard. This is highly important. They are now agreeing to the concept you're creating. And the more clear the storyboard is, the less room there is for confusion when delivering the final product. After approval of the storyboard, one of the most important pre-production things I've learned is to do a rough version of the commercial. You can easily do this by using your cell phone and creating all the shots on your storyboard. Not worrying about the lighting or the look, but focusing more on timing, framing, and the actions of the storyboard. It will help you prepare for the complications you can run into on set, how your storyboard shots look and flow once on a timeline, and if your concept works. Here you can see my rough commercial concept that took me less than a day to shoot and edit. This was huge for the commercial because I learned a bunch of issues with framing split screen shots that I would have not known if I didn't do this rough commercial. Took a bit more time up front, but saved a bunch of time during production and post-production because all I had to do was follow this rough video. Another thing that's highly important, if possible, is to do a location scout day. This saves time and any location issues you'll run into when filming. It also helps your DP and gaffer understand the room and how they're gonna light it before stepping onto set. As I go along, I add all these resources to my Canva document: the pre-production notes, rough commercial concept, location scout, photos, and scene location. So when I have a meeting with my team or client, they have a clear idea of the game plan for the production. The last document before filming and stepping on a set is a call sheet. A call sheet is a document that gives your crew and anyone coming onto the set the arrival times, locations, the production day agenda, and important contact information. And if you're someone who hates designing and creating all these documents, you're in luck. I've already done it for you. On my website, you can purchase my templates pack that allows you to easily plug in your information for your production without having to start from scratch. I've worked all types of positions on a lot of sets, and one of the things you don't want to do as a director and producer is take over and control your crew members' jobs. Your job again is not to do everything, it's to allow your talented team to execute your vision, which leads into know how to pivot. When on a set, no matter how much planning you do, things will always go wrong. A good director knows how to be decisive and pivot when an issue arises. You don't need to always be right with your decisions, but you do need to be confident in that decision and live with the outcome. The pre-video, we planned for the actor to sneeze and spill coffee on themselves, which makes them late for their meeting. Due to the shooting schedule and just making it look real, we couldn't get the coffee to spill in the outfit without ruining the shirt for the rest of the shots. This issue could have been a major setback and wasn't a scene that we could just scrap, as it sets in motion the resolution for the commercial. So I pivoted. Came up with an idea: when she sneezed, she would knock the cup over on the table and needed to clean it up. Still working within the script, but allowing the outfit not to be destroyed for the other scenes we needed to shoot. But even with that idea, it wasn't easy to execute because hitting a coffee cup with your elbow while sneezing won't knock it over. So I came up with the idea of gaff taping one edge of the coffee cup to the table so when her elbow hits it, it pulls the cup over. But then this created the issue: when the cup gets knocked over, you can see the tape underneath, which leads me into my next tip of advice. Having experience in many positions on set can be extremely helpful. Because of my experience in editing and After Effects, I could easily remove the tape in post. Check in with your crew, making sure they have everything they need to operate at optimal performance. If one crew member gets thrown off, that can cause the production to come to a halt, as all positions need to be running at the same time. When working with your actors, give them the proper time and space to get the scenes correct.
And close, turn, stop. Yeah, okay, but let's just close and
Clearly
stop.
communicate on each take what you liked from that take and what you are wanting different for the next one.
And a little higher, and then 3, 2, 1, bring it down, and crinkle, toss.
But be patient with them because they are the ones in front of the camera and they are the focus of the commercial. Again, things will go wrong on set, and everyone working with you is looking to you as a leader. So you must learn to keep your composure when these problems arise. If you lose your temper, you'll lose the respect of your crew. It'll also make it a place of uneasiness for everyone working with you. It can be hard at times because there's so much pressure on you to make sure every little aspect goes right on the project. You're using your client's money, and if anything goes wrong, it's your fault. But this comes with the job of being a producer and director. Last thing to think about before directing and producing a commercial is look at any commercial you've seen on TV. Look at everything the camera sees: the costumes, the actors, the wardrobe, location, props, colors, every little thing. Now multiply that by 10 for everything the camera doesn't see. All of those details are your job to execute, whether that's personally your job to manage or hiring someone else to manage that part for you. That is the insight in what it takes to direct and produce a bigger budget commercial. And the bigger the budget, the more details there are. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. I do these because I truly want to help people achieve their dreams of becoming filmmakers. I put my heart and soul into these tutorials and would love if you could share and subscribe.
Ever wonder how the way you start your day can make all the difference? Tired of waking up struggling with congestion? Without NeilMed's sinus rinse, you are likely to battle with nasal congestion, impacting energy levels and overall well-being. The choice is clear. A great morning starts with NeilMed Sinus Rinse. Now I can't imagine starting my day without it. All natural sinus relief.